going on, everybody? Welcome to the first edition of the Writer's Room for 2021. I'm your host, Allen Halas, and joined as always by my co-host who is celebrating a birthday, or maybe a day after celebrating a birthday. My River West cohort, host of the Mr. Nice Guy podcast, and host or music director for Breaking and Entering as well, Mr. Ben Slowey. Happy birthday to you, sir. It's a quarter decade of Ben Slowey. We need to celebrate that sort of thing. How you feeling?
Thanks, Alan. I'm feeling kind of like I did, yesterday's my birthday. I'm still feeling kind of the way I did when I was still my previous age. But I think that I need to kind of get back into my normal rhythm to feel like I'm, getting older and that, I'm taking myself seriously. But I had a nice birthday. I had a couple of close friends over to join me for some drinks, and pretty tired. I've just been wiped the last couple of days, but I was glowing yesterday with a lot of love. A lot of people reached out, which I really meant a lot. And of course, it did not stop me from staying hard at work, publishing music on our site the last couple of days.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, my prefrontal cortex is now officially done developing, and now cells just get to die now.
I didn't know that was a thing that happens once you hit 25. You know what does suck, though? And I turned 30 this year, so I can tell you, what really sucks is when you start hitting the point where you realize the only milestone ones that you have left are, like, decade ones, because that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, oh, shit, it's real. You get, you hit 30, and then after that, now it's just every 10 years they just say, wow, you really got old. So that's fun. You have that to look forward to. But
I get to rent a car now.
I was gonna say, I think that's the last thing you had left that you couldn't do, right? Was that you couldn't rent a car, and now you can.
Yeah,
so
because I go all over the place. So
I'm always like that, Ben Slowey, always renting those cars. Yes, that is very much what I think of. But yeah, as we kind of alluded to, a lot of great things happening here on the Writer's Room as well. If you tuned in right at the beginning of the show, you saw that we got a brand new snazzy intro for this year. We got, this is the first episode of the Writer's Room that you're able to watch on the front homepage of breakingandentering.net, as well as on the sidebar. Right now, Ben and I's faces are just like blowing up on the side of the website, so people can discover us there now too.
I'm nervous. People are looking at me right now.
Well, I mean, we're broadcasting on the internet, so that's a thing. But yes, so lots of great music to get into. We're gonna kick things off with some great music to start. This is Wise Jennings. I really like what they do. Speaking of supporting local artists, we do that here, but they also do that as well with their, I believe it's called Brews and Tunes, something like that, live stream series. But shout out to them. This is Wise Jennings with Medicine on the Writer's Room.
Measure me up right away. Saw the crazy on my face, blinded by my sordid past. I stumbled down the path I made. You carefully saw where I heard. There you poisoned out insert. Have to laugh, 'cause I laugh when I hurt. Is that okay? Something deep inside of me wants to be a better me. but I keep on fucking up. I'm gonna take my pill, one that takes away the thrill, one that evens out the rub. It's just a soft restraint, so I lie around and wait, knowing that you've had enough. Life is like a rabbit bat, frenzied flights, erratic nights. I can never do what friends are supposed to do. Would you let me try? You just wanna chat, my mind's ziggy-zag. While like a top, I got these thoughts that'll never stop. Makes me cry sometimes. Something deep inside of me wants to be a better me, but I keep on fucking up. I'm gonna take my pill, one that takes away the thrill, the one that evens out the rub. It's just a soft restraint, so I lie around and wait, knowing that you've had enough. Usually somewhere in the clouds, plotting crimes with the owls. Is that picket fence, that walls your life or mine, now for sale? Victory will be mine. Your soul, my 3 parts line. No, I never wish you harm, even though I do, I really don't. I'll take my medicine, go back inside my pen. I'll take my medicine today. I'm gonna take my pill, say goodbye to all the thrills. I'll take my medicine today. Something deep inside of me wants to be a better me, but you know I'll never
Alright, that was Wise Jennings with Medicine. A brand new video from them. So new that it's not even on the site yet, I don't think. But it's brand new, and so shout out to those guys. Speaking of giving shout outs to people, if you want more content from Ben and I, you can do that today, because you can not only see us here on Twitch, but you can hear us on the brand new Not Exactly Radio podcast that came out today. So we got to give a shout out to those guys. We recapped the 2020 year of Milwaukee music. As much as we don't want to think about 2020 anymore, it's definitely worth the listen, because ourselves and Ben and Tony, just Tony, go over our picks for some of our favorites. And Kevin, yes, and Kevin. Thank you. I actually couldn't remember his name because I don't know why. It was our first time meeting him. We noted. I wish the video from that Zoom call would have been up because we really do look like a boy band of all just bearded dudes. If you would have told us that we were if you would have told somebody that we were of Monsters and Men, they would have probably been like, yeah, that's fine. That sounds about right.
We are the Magnetic Zeros.
Yes.
Behind every chart. Yeah.
We are all actually the Magnetic Zeros. Yes. Yeah. Very much so.
Totally. But yeah, big shout out to Not Exactly Radio for having us on this weekend. Yeah, I mean, it was, for one, those guys are hilarious and just super fun to kick back with. They love music just as much as we do, and they're huge supporters of us. But also, it was important to dive back into everything that came out this year in reflection, because there was a lot of great music that got us through some really isolating and tumultuous times this past year. Music that came out from our communities, and
yeah.
I think that how we managed to pull off a massive playlist of 240 songs, which didn't even culminate everything, but just some of the highlights.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes to just how enriched Milwaukee music really is, which we couldn't have even imagined before we really expanded our output this year.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's more content on Breaking and Entering in 2020 than there was on any other year. And we have, obviously, the year-end review playlist sponsored by Mystery Room Mastering that is up on the website, too, with 240-plus songs. But as we pointed out in the podcast, there is more music than we would even think of, because there's artists that are just on Bandcamp or just on SoundCloud or wherever that obviously could not be included in that playlist at the end of the year. But so much music coming out of the city, and it just keeps expanding. They tried at one point, I think, to ask how many artists we think that there are in the city. Ben, I don't even know. I think we said something like 2,500, 1,200. I don't know. There's a lot.
That question made me anxious.
Yeah, because you almost feel like, oh man, did we forget someone?
Right. Well, because it's not even about how many artists, because we touched on this a little bit on the podcast, was how there's so much crossover between people in different projects and stuff. Drummers, for example. There's very few drummers that only play in one band.
Yeah.
Drummers play in 3 or 4 projects usually, and then there's a lot of bands here in River West that have guys in several different projects at once, and so it's kind of it's just kind of a very loaded question to make an estimate of just how many artists there are here.
Yeah,
there's so many, we find new ones every week.
Mark Soriano alone is probably in 14 bands. I don't know if that's true, but
he's in a lot too. Shout out to Mark.
Yeah, Mark's probably in 14 bands. Also, like you said, River West is kind of like a musical stew of sorts. You've got people from all over that live in a tight area that's a real artist community, and they're all populating each other's bands or helping on each other's projects and things like that. So that is kind of cool to see in the Milwaukee music scene, that there's so much collaboration and so much crossover between them. But it creates something completely different in the process, which is something that's probably very unique to Milwaukee. Small towns in general, but I think Milwaukee has that kind of vibrant community, especially in River West and Bayview and the artist areas, that you see that crossover like that. It's crazy to see. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're already knee deep in a lot of stuff that has come out already since the new year. In addition to finishing off a couple of things we found a little after the fact from 2020, but Yeah, I mean, the ball has just kept rolling.
Yes, and plenty of optimism, plenty of good things to talk about hitting breakingandentering.net this week. Today alone, we got music from Cam that hit. We got a brand new project from him. I think Cam is one of the most underrated artists somehow, and that's with him, moving to Atlanta and really pursuing things. At one point, I knew that he had hundreds of songs. I think he told me on Breaking and Entering Radio he might have near 1,000 songs sitting on his hard drive. That some of it comes out and some of it doesn't, but we'll see what happens. Then he was also on Mr. Nice Guy recently too.
Yeah, he was. That episode went up this weekend. He's a tank with how much content he's got in the chamber. And he's like, what I love about Cam is how, he makes a lot of hip hop music, but he sings so much.
Yeah.
Like, he really emphasizes, passionate, heartfelt vocals, which we're going to see a lot of on his upcoming project, Everything Must Go. So, and aptly named the EP that dropped recently that we posted today was In the Meantime.
Right.
So you get a little bit of an idea of what he's doing now. We got new videos from Corey Piper recently, new Valerie Lightheart video.
Yeah.
We got a new EP from Lost, the indie band.
Yes, and I have not heard that one yet, but I'm very much looking forward to hearing that one too. The other one that I really need to get into, Dinner Set Gang, brand new band, and members of the Fatty Acids. Yeah, I am so excited to hear what Dinner Set Gang does as a band, specifically because the Fatty Acids were so well known and kind of renowned for what they did, and really were making music that didn't feel, I don't want to say this and sound insulting, but it didn't feel like it should live on the local level. Like, it should feel like that was music that I wanted to hear, like a Flaming Lips kind of thing happening with just balloons and confetti and all sorts of crazy shit happening. And so that's what I got from that band. So any evolution of that is definitely what I'm looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to seeing what Dinner Set Gang does. And,
that video alone from Awful Things was spooky. It was a David Lynch Christmas horror. And I was thrilled by I really liked the song, but I was kind of thrilled by just the intense surreal themes that went into that thing. I also am very much excited about that new project too.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just kind of going down the line here. We got some other stuff that came out. Indonesian Junk had a new song out with a political theme to it, which is definitely important to have. I also really like the new video from Rex. The video for Animal, where they kind of take over an episode of Top of the Pops, and it's got that fuzzy, hazy look to it. So I'm very excited. Well, I like whatever Rex is doing, but
they dubbed the hosts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was great.
I know that too. Yeah.
Really like that. That was filmed not too far from my house, and it was on the day that the Mama Tried motorcycle event was canceled because of COVID. It was right as everything was first hitting. So they performed that at Mine Pool Live, and filmed it as part of a live set. And yeah, it looks great too. So I'm excited for. It looks like indie rock is coming back to Milwaukee, Ben. We didn't have bands for a little bit.
It's been making a splash comeback in 2021.
Yes.
So it's far from deceased. That's for sure. But also, we've been gone for a couple weeks now. This is our first episode in 2 weeks. And I want to just remark on the influx of hip-hop videos that went up the week between Christmas and the New Year.
Yeah.
And I found all of those videos a post made by Most City, asked, because he was making a video playlist of a lot of Milwaukee rappers, and a number of them I hadn't heard of before, just because there are so many rappers. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
And so, but some of those videos were they were super fun, entertaining, talented as hell. Like, it just made me even more excited for like all the hip hop artists that we are just now finding out about. So
yeah, and Ben, you will learn this. I have learned this in my many years of music coverage. If you type Milwaukee hip hop into anything, it's an endless wormhole of new artists or young artists or people that just haven't really gotten the chance to really get themselves heard to the magnitude that they should. And so that's what sites like us do. That's like, one of the reasons that we cover so much hip hop on Breaking and Entering. But it's also a testament to the talent that's happening here in our city. So I'm very excited to see the pool of talent expand as it always does. It seems to never stop. Everybody's writing, everybody's recording at home. So 2021's looking good for Milwaukee music. I'm excited. I'm incredibly optimistic about this year.
I'll say.
So, speaking of, we should get into another video. And this is somebody that we did on Not Exactly Radio. We talked about some of our favorite releases for the year. And it slipped my mind, but this should have been in there too. That Guy Eli. This song is unreal. You are going to want to hit the repeat button on this. This is Black Sheep from That Guy Eli. And the song is dope, but the video is even doper. So shout out to Neely who put that together too. This is Black Sheep by That Guy Eli.
Lately I've been living like a black sheep.
Lately I've been living like
a sheep still on the line.
Lately I've been living like lately I've been living like
Lately I've been living like a black sheep. Yeah, a sheep still on the line.
Lately I've been living like
Wow.
Lately I've been living
Mama done called, said the kid ain't been home in a while. Just spare a little time for the fam. Papa ain't called for a sec from the bed, night there. What a shame, all the blame on who cares. Ain't spent a goddamn second on something that ain't no weapon. I'm whipping within the neon and I'm low. Stomp. I'm fucking white knuckle gripping on the things that keep me tripping. I don't know. Lately I've been living like a black sheep.
Lately I've been living like
a sheep still on the line.
Lately I've been living like
Lately I've been living like a black sheep. Yeah, a sheep still on the line.
Hey man, long as you stay on your path, keep it moving, man, you'll be good, you feel me? Say, last time I checked, you the seafood, that means master. Stay on your path to be great. On the road travel, most won't understand. Some will stay, others shall leave. Don't falter for what they can't see. It's nothing but up. In the words of the great Mr. Rager, higher, elevating every single way possible. Young black king, you are unstoppable. Wins, wins, wins. Have lessons, not losses. Stay true. Thanks to the universe and all you believe. I wish all blessings upon you.
Papa and cough, a sack, a bed, and dad was shame on the blame. Papa and cough, a sack, a bed, and dad was shame on the blame. Black sheep, sheep's on that.
All right, that was Black Sheep by That Guy Eli. Very excited about his project that came out. Definitely one that I'm going to go back to and probably listen again, which is kind of the highest compliment you can pay music in 2021 when everything comes out every week. But I'm definitely all about that. If you didn't hear that on a good sound system, make sure you listen to it because the bass absolutely bangs on that song. So, yeah, excited for that.
Yeah, That Guy Eli killed it with that project that dropped a couple months ago. And yeah, I thought that the visual of him like walking around with like, you know, I don't know if it was the sunrise or sunset, I couldn't really tell, but just with like the really dark silhouettes, just like kind of perfectly went along with the sonic atmosphere he was going for. I thought that like just the sound matched the visuals like perfectly.
Yeah, and anytime that an artist does that, I think that amplifies what they do from a music standpoint. Because yeah, you can create a great song, but then when you have the full atmosphere that matches, and you can tell like they have a vision for it and they go with it, that's what I get from that video as well. So shout out to them. Shout out to That Guy Eli, or That Guy Eli and Neely, which is the new duo that I just made up. That Guy Neely, and yeah, no, shout out to those guys. That video is super dope. So anyway, this is the part of the show where Ben and I both dig into our vinyl collections at random. We completely have no idea what we've drawn. And we give you guys some homework. If you're new to the show, we give you some homework. You got to go listen to that album. It's the best homework you could get is to go listen to some great music. I have this, of course, extensive wall behind me. Ben has run through his apartment with his eyes closed, and he has not knocked anything over. And it's amazing. It's a hidden talent that he has. But he's also grabbed a record for you. So Ben, what do you have for them today to go listen to?
Yeah, it's a routine that's taken a lot of practice. Let's see what I got. From the tail end of the alphabet.
Okay. So we're looking lower end of the alphabet, or maybe not. I don't know if he alphabetizes his records.
Oh, very good one here. I picked Yeasayer's All Our Symbols.
Okay.
So Yeasayer is a Brooklyn, like, indie pop psych group. That make pretty weird music. It has some elements, like I said, yeah, neo-psych and like world beat kind of stuff. I mean, if you're into artists like maybe Tune Yards, or you know, Animal Collective, or like Grizzly Bear, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you'll really like. They're a quintessential East Coast indie group, and this is their debut record. It came out in 2007.
Okay.
The song on here, 2080, is one of my favorite songs of all time, and yeah, it's this is what the back looks like.
Great looking
very
album.
striking.
Yeah.
Very colorful.
Cool.
All
right.
So that is what I've got for us this week. What are you, Alan? What direction are you going in?
I'm gonna go down and to the right. So I'm assuming that because this whole wall is alphabetized behind me, that's like middle of the alphabet. It might actually be a like, I'm thinking like a GH area. I don't know for sure. Let's see. Let's grab something weird. Okay. Oh, well, I was correct that it was near the GH area, but it's actually F. Blindly grabbed Fleetwood Mac's Rumors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You know what? You cannot go wrong with Fleetwood Mac.
That's one of the few records you've picked where, like, both of us are like, yeah!
Yeah, because literally the entire wall of music could be anything. I mean, like, would we pull out, like, a Bette Midler record the one time? But, yes, no, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, no matter what kind of music you make, if you make music, you will enjoy this record. Absolutely. So, we also got to give a quick shout out to Slang Troubadour, who's in the Twitch chat right now watching us live. So, shout out to him. Make sure you listen to Hive Mind, too. What's up?
Dude, I said shout out to Slang Troubadour. He, if he's listening right now, he's gonna know that he's got to make a Mr. Nice Guy appearance soon. I mean, not that I've asked him before, but he's been a guy I've been wanting to have on the show for a while. So.
Yeah, he's also got a song out with Analog that recently came out that dropped towards the end of the year, and I've got a Slang Troubadour shirt, but I'm not wearing it today, and I've worn it before on the show. And what an important, damn. Oh well. Anyway, make sure you go check out Slang Troubadour. He's sending us all sorts of emojis. Thanks for doing that. And you too can get mentioned here in the chat if you're watching us on Twitch every week too. So shout out to everybody doing that.
What are you waiting for? Come on, get on Twitch. I don't even. Who am I talking? Like I don't even have Twitch myself.
We're advertising our Twitch channel on our Twitch channel. Which, come on, who else does that? Slang Troubadour, by the way, says let's do it. Let's get Mr. Nice Guy together. So
fantastic.
There you go. It's gonna happen. So yeah, Yay Sayers is your vinyl to listen to. Also got to check out, obviously, if you have not checked it out before, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors. I do want to point out, and this is the vinyl snob in me. This is not the American Outfitter or American Eagle Urban Outfitters re-release. This is the original OG 70s Fleetwood Mac Rumors album, and a great addition to any record collection. I'm just saying.
You're such an anti-hipster, Alan.
This is a bonus apparently because I inherited these records from my uncle, and he would put 45s or 7-inches, depending on what you call them, inside the record sometimes if he didn't have sleeves for them. So inside there is a 7-inch for Go Your Own Way and Silver Springs from Rumors. That is just landed in the record. So had I not been playing around with it, we would have never known that this was here.
Well, now Dreams blew up again recently because it was on that TikTok of that guy that was longboarding and he's drinking the ocean spray juice.
Dogface420. Shout out to him. Yes. Yeah, they gave him an entire truck of ocean spray. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing. All of these photos on the inside of the Rumors album look amazing as well. So I would highly recommend, if you can find a copy of this, go find it. Otherwise, I mean, you can stream it wherever, but that's, I'm going to be anti-hipster and say get the original vinyl from like a local independent store somewhere. So, alright. We've yapped on enough about records and great things in our collection. We could talk all day about it, I'm sure. Especially about Rumors. Let's get into another video real quick. This is another new one. This is WillOnWater's, one of his most recent videos. This is Holyfield, which is a freestyle. I believe it's on his Trapwater project. Yeah, which is a great project to go listen to as well. Check out WillOnWater on the Writers' Room.
Can't carry it, never fit. Hit my shorty hand if she needs some chips. Just like Holyfield, I got all the hits. I'm the real deal, these niggas counterfeit. Only keep the realest niggas in my clique. I could always spot a snake when I hear him hiss. Catch me out in London spending purple bills. I'm the real deal, just like Holyfield. Money in my pockets, world up in my hands. Jumpman's in my closet, I'm ballin', nigga, damn. You don't really know me, you just know me from the gram. You ain't really my homie, you don't really understand. Had niggas switch on me and I treated them like fam. I'm just glad I cut them up before we made 100 bands. That's why I'm sticking to the plan. Ain't no plan B's unless my shorty Mr. Krabs. Yeah, big racks, Mr. Krabs. I just try to mind my business, but these bitches steady mad. Like a goddamn student, how I'm always in my bag. You so goddamn stupid, but you always trying to cram. That's for these thigh bitches. Yeah, you don't speak my lingo, man, I talk different. Yeah, I need Yao Ming tall riches. So when I suicide dive off the roof, I could fall in it. They tryna get in with the squad, nah. All I do is fuck with my dogs apart. Fuck a 9 to 5, I'm my own boss. No, they ain't with me, cause they all fraud. I can't smoke with you, cause it's all sauce. I unzip the pack and it's all frost. Numbers in my way, that's the wrong song. he got me slapped. Hit the road, Jack. White son of Mars, he's a throwback. Something like a stray, I'm a cold cat. Hit it from the back till the toes crack. All that toting on the gram will get your pole snatched. My OG said don't hold it unless you finna blow it. Don't give your heart to hoe chicks, they'll do you bogus. Don't take that bitch nowhere unless you know about where she going. Yeah, swear to God I try to tell these niggas. If I let them tell it, then they wouldn't tell you different. For real, I ain't tryna hear it unless it help me, nigga. If you ain't even on my level, I could never listen. Can't carry the racks cause they never fit. Yeah, hit my shorty hand if she needs some chips. Just like Holyfield, I got all the hits. Yeah, I'm the real deal, these niggas counterfeit. Only keep the realest niggas in my clique. I could always spot a snake when I hear him hiss. Catch me out in London spending purple bills. I'm the real deal, just like Holyfield.
That was Holyfield by WillOnWater on the Writer's Room. Another really great Milwaukee hip-hop video that I pointed out to Ben during it. Didn't really look like it's in Milwaukee, so I don't know where they shot it, but it looks amazing. Wherever they found a boxing ring. Shout out to WillOnWater for making consistently great videos as well. Has he been on Mr. Nice Guy?
He was. He was on a couple months ago. And that was fun. He's hilarious. Like, he's just super funny and, like, goofy and, but he
Did we lose him? Oh.
Incredibly talented. Like you mentioned, Trap Water is a fantastic record. Yeah, I'm looking forward to what he continues to do. I think that we kind of alluded to this earlier in the episode, but I would say that the horizons are brimming with potential in many pockets of the Milwaukee music scene, whether it's through the various types of hip-hop that have had great releases, or the experimental drone releases that I've been staying on top of, or the indie rock, like we mentioned earlier, or some of the great pop music that's coming out. There's just such a like, whatever bag you grab, you're in for a treat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think there's been so much time for people to sit down and make music by themselves that this is going to, like, kind of unleash the creative juices for this year. I know that it's arbitrary, and I guess this will be my wisdom for the week. I'll quickly jump into it. But it's kind of arbitrary that the year turns over, right? But this year seems like it is... I mean, like I tweeted on New Year's Eve, the bar has never been lower for 2021. And yeah, we kind of got off to a little bit of a shitty start. But I think from a creative... I know that's an understatement. But from a creative standpoint, I feel like I always look forward to the beginning of a new year. I hope a lot of people do as well. Because I think that, we are getting that residual 2020 out of the way. And that may happen for a little bit. But I think, fingers crossed, knock on wood, when the world starts to really open up again, we're going to see a newfound appreciation for things. And more importantly, we're also going to see a newfound love of going out and supporting and creating, because we all know now just how drastic it looks on the other side of it. So when there isn't, when that's not readily available to go to a club on Friday or Thursday or in River West Tuesday night, when you don't have that sort of thing, now that we know what that looks like, make sure you go support these things and let these things thrive, because it is a new year, but now everybody's optimistic and everybody's looking towards some great things. So let's go make these things be great.
Yeah, these things are only as great as, the people that participate in them. And what I mean by that is, like, if everyone embraces everything you just said, embraces what we took for granted in the past, or what we, like, just have been yearning for the last year since, March 13th. like I think that it'll breathe like so much fresh air into what a sense of community means to everybody in the form of live music and in the form of local talent. It's like you said, I mean, it's no secret this year has already had some really harsh realities and circumstances, like on both a local and national scale. And, that it's not like everything that happened in 2020 was just going to, be rubbed off a clean slate when the year was over, But people really got to look at it like we got to take everything we have learned all this time and apply it to, what we want to see as, once shows and nightlife and, shared spaces and all that good stuff that you can do whenever you want, any night of the week, once again.
Mm-hmm.
What is that, is that going to look as good as we want it to right now? If, everyone, embraces it. And, like you said, we know what it looks like without that stuff, and it sucks. And so, are people gonna, really invest their time, money, energy, effort, resources into what we have going on? Because I know what you and I learned this year, Alan. We learned that this thing that we started mining into is way big, way deeper than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah. So,
and the further we delve, just the more there is that there's going to do, there's more we're going to find to do.
Absolutely.
So I know what you and I are going to do when all of that is back to normal. But what I'm hoping is that for the people that are watching this right now, that they're going to do the same thing and go to a lot of shows, buy artists' merch, buy records from local artists, and just support any way you can. So
yeah, absolutely. And what a great segue for us to end the show on, because you can start supporting local music, and you can start really diving further into the extensive world that is the Milwaukee music scene by checking us out every single day at breakingandentering.net. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok. We do this live on Twitch, and now you can see it on breakingandentering.net as well every week. So if you're watching this later on Facebook or YouTube, if you're watching it if it started at 8 o'clock at night Central, let me tell you, it's much more fun on Twitch. DJ Maceo from De La Soul is on Twitch all the time, and he also broadcasts on Instagram. And he always says Instagram is like the basement of the club, but Twitch is the rooftop. It's a whole different experience over here. And make sure you subscribe to us on Twitch as well, because we're going to be doing a lot more now that I can see that, it's going to be on the front of the website. So I might just hang out and play some music sometime. It might just happen. You never know. You never know what you're going to get from us. We're stepping our game up even more this year, which we do out of love completely. We also have the Not Exactly radio show you got to check out too, podcast.
Oh yeah.
So make sure you do all of that.
That's the other homework besides those records we picked out, is listen to Not Exactly radio.
Yes, do that. We will see you all again next week. Ben, I'm looking forward to 2021. This is going to be good. And with that said, we will see all of you next week on the Writer's Room. Check out this brand new outro that we made too. Peace.